serving up a warm dish of the Triad's culinary fare, here's your weekly helping of food, news, and views. This is The Man Who Ate the Town.
Hey folks, and welcome to episode 37 of the Man Who Ate the Town podcast. This is for the week of June 6th through the 12th, 2017. My name is Tim Beeman, and I'm opening the recipe box. I'm recording this episode of the Man Who Ate the Town at Test Pattern Studios. Test Pattern is located at 701 North Trade Street in the Historic Arts District of downtown Winston-Salem. Check out their Facebook page for their calendar of events. That's facebook.com/testpatternbar. I will have special guests today. I'll have Mo, Crystal, and Ryan from the new Dogwood Hops and Crops in just a little bit. But first, I don't know how I forgot to mention last week, but Finnegan's Wake had to close for repairs. What they thought was a simple water line crack and 2-day fix has turned into a multi-week project. They have been closed now for 3 weeks, and I would estimate about another week at least. The water damage was a complete break of the pipe and not just a leak. It was a break, and basically it flooded the establishment. They had to do some extensive work on the bar, possibly tearing it out, and the dining room. Here's hoping that they get open before the July 4th week. That's Heavy Rebel Weekender and one of their busiest times of the year. Goodness knows they'll need all the revenue they can get after this. Keep an eye and an ear out here for more information. Again, I apologize for not mentioning it last week. Chef Tim Graninetti is looking for some chefs to fill some spaces at both Quanta Basta locations. They're looking for garde manger and the saute station chef. There are a few other spots as well. Experienced chefs are asked to send a resume to Chef Tim Graninetti. That's docbrownstone@gmail.com. docbrownstone@gmail.com. This past Friday, I attended a blogging event at the Tijuana Flats on Stratford Road. Yes, I know I don't eat at chains usually, and I don't eat fast food. This was an invitation event, and I figured, why not? Tijuana Flats isn't exactly a fast food joint. It's more fast casual, and I think I'm more open to that. I'll be writing more about it this week or talking about it next week, but since I have special guests today, I want to keep this podcast as short as possible. Food holidays for today. The 6th is National Applesauce Cake Day. The 7th is National Chocolate Ice Cream Day. The 8th is National Jelly-Filled Donut Day, Chicken Tetrazzini Day, Maple on Creme Fraiche Day. On the 9th, it's National Strawberry Rhubarb Pie Day. On the 10th, it's National Black Cow Day. For those who don't know, that's a root beer float. National Iced Tea Day, World Gin Day, yum. National Rosé Day, yum. And National Herbs and Spices Day. On the 11th, it's National Germans Chocolate Cake Day, National Cotton Candy Day, Corn on the Cob Day, and Royal Hot Dog Day. On the 12th, it's National Peanut Butter Cookie Day. I'm guessing it's just regular peanut butter cookies, not the Nutter Butter peanut butter sandwich cookies. National Jerky Day and International Falafel Day, so you can go to Mooney's on that day. Food history for this week, the 7th of June. There's nothing happening on the 6th, so the 7th at the Café Anglais, Chef Adolphe Duglery served the famous Dinner of the Three Emperors for Tsar Alexander II, his son, later becomes Tsar Alexander III, and King William of Prussia. The table service used for the dinner is still on display at the oldest existing restaurant in Paris, La Tour d'Argent. On the 7th, 1990, France, West Germany, and Italy lift a ban on British beef on the bone imports. Beef on the bone can now be exported from any BSE-free farm in Britain. That BSE is mad cow disease. On the 8th, in 1784, Marie-Antoine Carême was born. He was known as the Chef of Kings and the King of Chefs. On the 8th, in 1786, in New York City, the first advertisement for commercially made ice cream was published in the Postboy. The ice cream was for sale at City Tavern. On the 8th, in 1880, at the first International Miller's Exhibition in Cincinnati, Washburn Crosby Company of Minnesota, the forerunner of General Mills, won 3 top medals for their flour, including the gold medal for superlative flour. They adopted gold medal as a name for their best flour, and that is still a brand today. On the 8th, in 1926, Dame Nellie Melba gave her farewell performance. Melba Toast and Peach Melba were named in her honor. On the 8th, in 1953, the Supreme Court ruled that restaurants in the District of Columbia could not refuse to serve black people. On the 8th, in 1965, the merger of Pepsi-Cola and Frito-Lay was approved by shareholders of both companies, forming the new company, PepsiCo, Inc. On the 9th, in 1902, Frank Hardert and Joe Horn opened the first automat in Philadelphia. Food was in small glass-doored components with a slot for nickels to unlock the door to retrieve your food selection. This was the birth date of modern fast food. On the 9th, in 1931, the Alka-Seltzer trademark is registered. On the 9th, in 1953, John H. Kraft received a patent for the manufacture of soft surface cured cheese. On the 10th, in 1869, frozen food was shipped long distance for the first time. Frozen Texas beef shipped by steamship to New Orleans. On the 10th, in 1916, William Rosenberg, who was the founder of, don't say it, Dunkin' Donuts, was born. On the 10th, in 1935, Alcoholics Anonymous was founded. On the 10th, in 1952, Mylar was registered as a DuPont trademark. Mylar is very strong polyester film that was gradually replaced cellophane. It is used as a food wrap in addition to many other non-food uses. On the 10th, in 1985, a quote-unquote most embarrassing moment, Coca-Cola announced it was bringing back the old formula Coke to replace the new Coke nobody wanted. On the 10th, in 1990, Burger King began using Newman's Own salad dressing. On the 11th, 1742, Benjamin Franklin invented the Franklin stove. He purposely did not patent it so that others could freely copy the design. On the 11th, in 1842, exactly 100 years later, Carl Paul Gottfried Lind was born. He was a German engineer who invented mechanical refrigeration. He developed it so beer could be brewed year-round, because usually brewing requires low temperatures. On the 11th, in 1939, President FDR served hot dogs to King George VI and Queen Elizabeth of England during their 1939 visit to the United States. It was the first time they had tried this American gourmet treat. I believe back then it probably was more gourmet. On the 11th, 1947, sugar rationing ends in the United States. On the 11th, in 1996, a record Pacific halibut weighed 459 pounds and was caught in Dutch Harbor, Alaska. And that's all the food news and holidays we have for this week. All right, guys, right now we have special guests in the studio. This is the first time that we've had multiples at one time, and that's cool. We have Ryan Oberle, we have Mo Owen, and we have Crystal Flores, and they are from Dogwood Hops and Crops. Welcome, guys.
Hey.
And ladies. Hey. So tell us, what is Dogwood Hops and Crops?
Okay, so Dogwood Hops and Crops is one establishment we're setting up at 517 North Liberty Street, about 2 doors down from Crafted. On one side, it is a retail beer and wine bottle shop. We are also offering a delivery service through that, and you'll be able to download our app, beer and wine delivered until midnight. And then we have a craft beer bar attached to that side with 12 beers on drafts and a few select wines. And it's a cool spot. You know, it's got the garage door open up. We've got video games set up back there, TVs, just a cool little hangout spot. On the other side of the same building is called the Trophy Room, and that is a bourbon bar. And that's what we're doing. These are my bartenders over there. And craft cocktails, good conversation, that sort of thing.
So it's really 2 establishments in one, or is it just one location that has 2 divisions?
It's one location with a few different parts that make it all up, but it is one building and it is all under the Dogwood Hops and Crops umbrella.
Okay. And that was Mo that was talking because
Sorry,
viewers can't see it.
introduced
No, it's
myself.
okay. I should have said. And what will your role be?
I'm the manager.
Manager of the whole thing.
Well, I'm opening up everything with the guys. It's Adam Andrews, who owns Jeffrey Adams,
Sure.
and his buddy Austin Ridge, and they are opening it, and I'm helping them do that. And then once we are open, then I'll be managing the trophy room, and Austin will be managing the bottle shop.
Okay. And what hours are the bottle shop open?
The bottle shop will be open from 11 a.m. until 10 p.m., and they're also serving paninis, which is kind of just a fun little extra. We don't have a kitchen or anything. It's just a guy with a sandwich press, but it's better than bar mix.
Yeah, yeah.
And then the delivery hours will be 4 p.m. until midnight. And then over on the trophy room side, we're going to be open every day, 4 p.m. until midnight. Okay. And hopefully with the brunch bill passing through North Carolina, that on Sundays, once that goes through, then we'll be open early so we can do a brunch bar.
Sure. And it passed half.
Yeah.
So that was good news. We have to wait till the other side gets hold of it, but yeah. So, Crystal, what will you be doing?
I am a bartender there, so I'm working under Mo, who is amazing and wonderful. So you guys really need to come and see us. It's gonna be great.
She was taken back by that. And you don't live in Winston, right?
I do not. I live in Greensboro,
Right.
but it's worth the commute. So
So, are you going? How many days a week will you work?
I believe right now I'm starting at 5 days a week. So I'm excited. I've never worked in Winston. I'm not very familiar with the area, so I'm hoping all of the guests that come in can kind of teach me everything too. So
Well, welcome to our wonderful city.
I love it so far. It's great.
And Ryan, what are you doing?
Bar maiden.
Bar maiden?
Yes.
All right, you're the bitch.
Yes. Me and 3 girls.
So, a bunch of girls.
Yes. Yes.
Now, the little caveat here, Ryan and I are friends, and we see each other a lot on the weekends. Whenever I'm needing a good stiff drink, and my wife Stephanie, we go to Willow's, where Ryan is currently at, and
We'll still be there too.
yeah, okay, and
I'm not leaving you.
he just makes us super down a whopping drinks. So I have had drinks from both of you, Mo and Ryan, and more from Ryan, but I've had them from the tap when you were there. And you make very good drinks, and Ryan makes very good drinks, and I will have to
We'll see what I can create.
yeah see the magic, that wicked voodoo that you do so well.
And we also have another bartender too. Her name is Heather Hill. She's actually not with us today. She had a wonderful little baby boy a couple of months back, so she is with him today.
Nice.
We're excited with her as well.
Not to be confused with the golf course, right?
Yeah, no.
Okay. There's
I'm
a
sure she could probably play golf.
there's a Heather Hills golf course here in
awesome.
in Winston.
Learn something new every day.
So what's the address again?
517 North Liberty Street.
All right. And when's the prospective opening?
So we'll be open to the public on the 19th, and we'll just turn on the open sign, open the doors, and see who rolls in. And then we'll have our big grand opening on the 23rd, and we'll have a band come out. Adam's going to grill out and stuff. It's just going to be a big party. It's really fun.
Okay. Where was he going to grill out? Out front? Mm-hmm. Okay. You going to close off the sidewalk there?
Yeah, just kind of like on the side there.
Okay. Tell us something else cool about the place.
Okay. What else is kind of fun about it? Eventually, we're doing a lot of branding right now. We've got a guy out in Raleigh that does all our marketing and did our logo and everything. And eventually, we're going to try to expand out. And so, right now we're doing a lot of merchandise. We're gonna. So the event on the 9th on Liberty Street.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we won't be open yet to serve alcohol, but we will have a little pop-up tent where we're going to be giving away free koozies and keychains and selling T-shirts, that sort of thing.
Is this the Summer on Liberty thing?
Yes,
Okay.
yes, sir.
Yeah.
And then, like I said, eventually, we want to expand that and maybe put out like a warehouse and a fleet of delivery drivers out in Greensboro and have our app out there too, and just keep moving.
So tell us more about the delivery aspect.
Well, it's a new thing, and nobody really thinks about it since North Carolina has such strict liquor laws. And
which suck, by the way.
yeah,
I'll say
it sucks. But it's not a new thing in the country. You know, there's the Drizzly app. You can find it in most major cities. We're going through Chow now, and so you'll be able to get any kind of beer and wine that we have on our delivery list, and the paninis if you want them delivered to you too. And basically, you have to pay for it once you put it in your order, and then when the delivery driver comes and gives it to you, it's got to be your name with your ID on the credit card and all that.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So you're not buying it for someone else to
Exactly.
give to underage kids and stuff.
Meddling kids.
It would have gotten away with it too if it wasn't for those meddling kids. So, is this all you're doing, Mo?
Yes. If I'm awake, I'm doing it.
Okay.
That's all I'm doing.
And Chris, this is all you're doing?
Yes.
All right.
I teach violin as well, and
Nice.
I do mortuary makeup, which is pretty interesting. So it's pretty cool.
Okay, so you make up dead people.
Yeah, that's it.
How weird is that?
It's not as weird as you would think.
How weird was it when you first did it?
It really wasn't that bad. I don't really know how to explain it. It felt, I guess, like better service for the community instead of
Sure.
being like, oh my goodness, this is a dead person in front of me. It's more like, okay, I'm helping this family deal with their loss. So it's good for both ends.
Do you talk to them while you're doing their makeup?
I do actually. Yeah.
It probably passes the time away a little easier,
Well,
and it keeps your mind off exactly what you're doing.
Did they talk back to you?
No, they don't. But it's just to make sure that I'm not necessarily comfortable, but I'm okay with what they're doing and what they're happy with, and I still have that conversation even though they're not here. I'm hoping that they'll be okay with my work. So
Yeah, because you're still making it good for the family.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, that's odd. I mean, I believe. I mean, there's so many. I could do a whole show just asking you questions about that. But and Ryan, I know you're at Willows, and you will continue to be at Willows part-time,
Yes.
part-time here. Where else have you worked?
Another restaurant in town known as Riverbirch Lodge
Okay,
in the past, yeah.
okay. And you were at the Tap Mo,
Yes.
and where have you done that? Have you done bartending?
I was at Giada's in Kernersville and then Giano's in High Point as well for about 6 years collectively. So
All right. I'm just trying to get a base for the listeners to know what kind of experience that they're going to have serving them delicious cocktails, because I am a fan of delicious cocktails.
Well, with opening the bourbon bar, we already have quite a few in town already, and so I knew with my initial cocktail menu and my initial hires for the staff that it was going to set the tone for the bar and what kind of clientele we got, what kind of feel you have in there. And so I sat down and tried to think like how we're going to scratch the niche of what we need, why people are going to come to us instead of, over to one of the other whiskey bars around town. Because, I mean, again, it's North Carolina. It's not like we can get something super spectacular whiskey that no one else has.
Yeah.
But all of us have really similar bartending styles, and that's why I was really excited to bring Crystal over from Greensboro, and Heather too is just incredible. Ryan's okay, just kidding. But yeah, and he's been helping me out a lot with opening it up and everything too. But the reason why we have a following of people that come to see us as bartenders is because we remember their names, we remember their stories, and so we can have good cocktails with locally sourced ingredients and fresh ingredients, and so it's going to taste good, but we can keep it simple so that that's 45 seconds, a minute, and then hey Tim, how's Stephanie, tell me about your day,
Yeah.
And you're not waiting 5 minutes for a cocktail that might blow your freaking mind, but
Yeah.
I mean it's a good drink, and so we're really here for the conversation.
So will you be serving North Carolina made liquors as well, or spirits as well?
We have a few. We did, when was that? 3 weeks ago? We took a little field trip out to Defiant Whiskey, to their distillery, and that was really cool. So we'll have them. And then we went out to Raleigh yesterday and looked at a couple of different places. But yeah, we're all about, it's Winston-Salem. We all like to keep it local. So
Sure.
Even with everything that we're putting in the bar, we're trying to use, we're using like local contractors. We got like guys out of Pilot Mountain and Sunnyside Millworks. We're trying to keep it as close to Winston, North Carolina as possible.
Sure.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. Because I do another show. It's called Sipping NC, The Art of Drinking with Jordan Kuiper. And he is actually now a North Carolina Spirits Ambassador.
That's awesome.
And he will be...
He is so cool.
He's actually leaving the restaurant to do this full time. He'll go back once a month or so to redo the cocktail menu and stuff like that. But his family owns it, so. But he's leaving that to do the Spirit Ambassador. The distillers. There's only 36, 37 distillers in the state, and I think all but like 3 have signed up with him to do this. And it's basically going to the ABC stores and restaurants and bars to try to promote what we make here in North Carolina.
That's so cool.
And because I know the ABC board here in Forsyth County get annoyed with him because he won't leave them alone about locally made spirits. And he's like, do you have that yet? And they're like, no, would you stop calling us? And he's like, no, I want this here. I want to serve this in my restaurant. I want to make cocktails with it. And so, yeah, I'm really big on North Carolina made stuff. And, we have great breweries here. We have great wineries here. Do I think we're near taking over Napa? No, but I don't think we're as far as some people like to think that we are. People think wine here, they think Moscato.
Get muscadine.
And muscadine grapes, because they grow really well here. But other grapes grow well here too. And I know from the other show that we have a lot of really good wines that come in. And I'm just big on the local stuff.
And we're using all local farms as well.
Great.
Travis has set her up with...
Oh, yeah. Travis is the man.
He is the man.
Travis really is the man. Well, everybody, we have such a tight-knit bar community, and I'm so thankful for that since I've taken this on, I've been working on this with the guys for about 6 months now, and everybody has just been so supportive. Nobody sees it as like, oh, there's a new bar in town. Like, it's not a competitive thing at all. Like, everybody just wants the whole community to succeed. And so, yeah, Travis has been amazing.
People from Tate's. And
yeah, I've had help from all kinds of bartenders around town, bar managers, and everybody's just been really
I know Danielle said he's been talking to her about some stuff, and
Who?
she's
Danielle Bull.
Oh, yeah.
She's one of my co-hosts on The Less Desirables. So, and that's where I spent majority of the Salute Wine Festival. I was sat in Bulls because A, it's air conditioned, and 2, they serve good drinks that weren't all wine. so that was good.
Although that caused our Saturday night to be cut short because you had to start early in the day. I was slightly disappointed that you didn't close down with me, but that's okay.
I owe you one.
You do.
I was pretty gone.
It's all of us.
We started. What time did I leave? Do you know?
It was around maybe 10.
Okay, so we started at noon,
Yeah.
and so I made 10 hours.
Yeah.
So that was pretty good.
It's a solid shift.
Yeah, and
Some good work done.
and we still had to go to Walmart afterwards. And Stephanie says, "Are you okay going there drunk?" I said, "It's the only way to go to Walmart." I think everybody should be drunk to go to Walmart. But yeah, so I owe you a closer,
You do.
and we'll make up for that soon. Really soon, I'm sure.
Yep.
All right. Any closing things you want people to know about what's going on? Give us dates again, websites, app names, all that stuff one more time.
Of course. So we're still working on the website. Our website guy is designing it as we speak. And once we have that set up, right now you guys can all follow us on Instagram and Snapchat and on Facebook. There's a Dogwood Hops and Crops page for all those. There's also a trophy room page for Facebook, Instagram, and Snapchat. So you can keep up with as we open. I try to put like the main posts on Instagram and Facebook, and then just little day to day. I mean, like we did a whole Snapchat thing of building the chairs, and so people can just go on there and see like what we're doing for the day if you want. But that's just more of the silly stuff.
Is Twitter too passe?
I just don't like Twitter. I don't know.
It's hard to say what you have to say in 140 characters.
Yeah,
It really is.
Kofifi.
Emoji.
But yeah, I mean, it's going to be fun. So we're doing the 16th, we're doing like a soft opening for just our friends and family. The 17th is going to be invite only for magazine editors, food bloggers, drink bloggers, anybody that wants to be on that list that isn't already. Feel free to reach out to me. So we want as much as possible, bar managers and editors and stuff to that too. And then we're going to shut down the next day. That's that Sunday, just to kind of talk about everything. And like I said, the 19th will just be open and ready for everybody to come in. But yeah, I mean, we've got a really solid team, and I'm really excited to see it kind of follow through finally.
Excellent. Well, I am looking forward to imbibing there. I'm looking forward to visiting there. I'm looking forward to seeing all three of you and everyone else there. And I'm wishing you all the luck. And thank you for being here to talk about it.
Thank you so much for having us. Seriously.
That's awesome. Thank you.
All right. The Man Who Ate the Town podcast is part of the Less Desirables podcast network. Along with this podcast, you can listen to the Less Desirables, the Beer Dads, Fan Interference, and Sipping and See, The Art of Drinking. You can find all these podcasts and their latest episodes on our brand new website and directory, tldpodnetwork.com. You'll find social media info and mini bios on each show there in that one-stop shop. I'd also greatly appreciate it if you visited my sponsors. First, there's Washington Perk and Provision Company. Perk has two locations, 228 West Acadia Avenue and 301 West 4th Street in downtown. They have Wolfie's Custard, Larry's Beans Coffee, eggs, milk, and cheese. They have condiments, bread, beer and wine, a whole wall of bread of beer and wine. Perk has all that. Washington Perk, better than a convenience store, not quite a grocery store. Again, two locations, 228 West Acadia Avenue, 301 West 4th Street. You can find them Facebook.com/Washington Perk. Also, the Humblebee Shop is an official sponsor of ours. You can find Brittany and her Humblebee Shop at 1003 Brookstown Avenue in the west end of downtown for cookies, cakes, pies, and other dessert goodies specially made for you. Everything is carefully crafted and made 100% from scratch. The Humblebee Shop wants to challenge your perception of scratch made and leave you with an experience you couldn't possibly forget. For more information on them, follow them on Facebook and visit thehumblebeeshop.co. Shop is spelled SHOPPE. I'd like to thank Mo, Ryan, and Crystal for coming on and talking about the new Dogwood Hops and Crops that is opening in just a few weeks. Stay tuned for more on that. They were great guests and fun to have on. Keep an eye on my blog and this podcast to find more about the food news and happenings around town. If you have any food news, send an email to tim@themanwhoatethetown.com or on our Facebook page or our Twitter page. You can find us on Instagram, Man Who Ate the Town. On Twitter, we are Man Who #8 the Town. And on Facebook, we are The Man Who Ate the Town. My name is Tim, and I'm closing the recipe box. Until next time, thank you for reading and thank you for listening. Bon appetit. The views and opinions stated by me or any of my guests are solely those of ours and do not necessarily reflect the opinions of our hosting companies, distributors, enemies, friends, or relatives. This podcast is copyrighted and cannot be reproduced or distributed without express written consent of the Man Who Ate the Town, that's me, and Such Limited Inc. However, if you ask nicely, we'll probably let you.